Okay, I just sent Katie the text, so hopefully she can get in.
She's in.
Okay.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Spring Reset Workshop. I am going to be telling you about the Spring Reset, the Spring Reset program. And then we're going to do a little bit of a workshop about kind of getting past diet attempts. And then I will give you all the details about the Spring Reset and show you how you can join. I linked in the email that I sent the workbook. It's also linked in the Facebook event that I posted. And I'll be sending a replay of this call. I'll be sending that out to everybody with the link to the workbook as well, and the link to the Spring Reset page where you can join. Does anybody, I guess I can put, I'll put the link in the chat in case anybody wants it. And you can print it out. You don't necessarily need to print it out. You can use a little notebook. We are going to do some workshopping questions where it will be helpful to make some notes, some reflection questions that we'll go through if you haven't already looked at the workbook. And I just want to say too, as we go along, and anytime that I'm teaching or coaching or whatever, I want to remember to start encouraging people to do this. Notice when you hear something, when your automatic response is like to argue with it, or like, I've done that before, that didn't work for me, or there's no way I could do that. Like, what objections come up for you when I say some of the things that I say? And there's not going to be a lot of that is going to have a big reaction in this, but there might be in the Spring Reset as we get into the challenges. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And hopefully you see the Spring Reset workbook. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick welcome. That's kind of what I just did, an introduction. We're going to talk about why you're here, a little bit about the Spring Reset. And then we're going to talk about reframing your past, reimagining your future, deciding to trust the process, and taking small, consistent action, and then how to join the reset. I'm trying to, I don't know. Did your view change?
Yes.
Seeing your desktop now.
Okay. My desktop, can you not the workbook?
I see a lot of folders and files.
I'm trying to move. Let's see. Stop share. I'm trying to get my shared screen onto this monitor. Share screen. How do I do that? I do that,
Can you just drag the screen
now do
to
you,
the spot?
now what do you see?
Spring Reset Workshop.
Okay. Solid. Thank you, Anne. Okay. So we're going to go through all of that. Now I feel like I was looking this way and my camera is there. So, okay. That's make note of questions that you have or objections that you want to make as we go along. And we can address those at the end. Okay, why you're here. I want to encourage you to sit down, take a deep breath, and just be here. And then think about what you want to get out of this workshop. It could just be information on reset. It could be you're just curious. You want to get started on the mindset work. What do you want to get out of this workshop? And then what are you hoping for in the spring reset program? And could be a whole new way of dealing with food. It could just be to lose a certain amount of weight, just to get back on track in taking care of yourself, whatever it is. And then what is your weight loss goal? I imagine, since it is the spring reset weight loss group, that you are hoping to lose some weight. So, and it could be you want to get down to a certain weight, you want to lose 10 pounds in the next 6 weeks, you have a goal of what size you want to be in, whatever that goal is. It could be to lose a certain percentage of fat and gain muscle. Goals are many and varied. And then this is one of the most important questions that you will answer. And the answers to this question will help you all along the way. And the more answers to this question that you have, the more beneficial it's going to be. And it can be, your answers can be like the whole gamut of what you would consider to be completely superficial to being altruistic. Superficial might be like, one of my things is I love halter tops and I want to wear halter tops confidently. Totally vanity, right? But it's something that helps when I want to go for cookies or whatever. That could be something that stops me and reminds me of why I want to make a different choice. Or it could be because you want to be an example to your kids or your grandkids or whatever, or you want to lower your glucose, oh my word, glucose levels. It can be, so there's the whole gamut of reasons why you want to lose weight. And the more you can flesh that list out, and the more you can put an emotional attachment to those reasons why, the more helpful they're going to be. And I always encourage revisit your why often. Keep a list, keep a running list of why you want to lose weight, because you're going to need those reasons, like I said, when you're presented with opportunities to eat food that is not in your best interest, not foods that you want in the moment, but that you don't really want because they're not going to get you to the goal that you have. So why is a very important question. this, you're going to see this page a couple times. The spring reset it's not a diet program. I see it as a way of life program, and it's going to be more intense than any programs that I've done in the past, because I have been studying about excuse me, insulin resistance and how to reset your insulin to help you reset your metabolism. And so I'm going to present options for the participants to go all in and dive deep into this reset, and challenge them to go as far as I shudder to say it, but this is one of those times when jot down your objections: no sugar, no refined sugar, and no refined carbs. And we'll be really mindful about carbs. I was going to do no sugar, no flour, but I've kind of rethought that. So as I'm diving into this work, we're going to be working on leveling up. And all that to say, you'll see in the middle of the page, the main premises of the spring reset and everything that I do is start where you're at. So if you are at a place where you're eating, boxed cereal for breakfast, a Big Mac for lunch, and a pizza for dinner, it's going to be, we're going to start where you're at, and we're going to help you to level up from there, with the ideal being to cut out refined sugar and refined carbs. So anything that I say, always, always, always go back to start where you're at, because I'm not going to ask you to go sitting on the couch watching TV all day to working out for an hour a day. We're going to start where you're at, and we're going to level up when it's appropriate. So the main premise is, start where you're at, commit to what you'll do consistently, and be compassionate and loving with yourself along the way. And that's part of my job, is to be there with you, to remind you of those things along the way. Sorry. I have been sick, and I've eaten all of my Cepacol drops. It's so sad. And then the main principles of, and I see these as the main principles of self-care, really, but it's also a really good way to manage what you're eating, how much you're eating, the types of food you're eating, and just taking care of your body holistically, and then with a focus of losing weight. So get enough sleep. There are so many reasons that you want to get enough sleep, especially if you're wanting to lose weight, and if you're wanting to reset your body, your metabolism, to increase your insulin sensitivity. Get enough water, tons of reasons to do that. Planning your food and your life ahead of time is not necessary for losing weight, but it's very helpful in developing trust with yourself, and to putting the things that are important to you above the things that are urgent, and really being intentional about how you use your time, what you're going to eat. And we're going to be using protocols in the spring reset, so that's going to be super helpful in planning your food. Eating for physical hunger. So asking yourself before you eat, am I hungry? And paying attention as you eat to stop when your body has had enough is huge. And we're also going to talk about some intermittent fasting ideas. And again, go back to start where you're at. I'm not pushing anybody to do anything. I'm going to present possibilities and we're going to pick and choose and we're going to put protocols together. And then move your body. Super, super beneficial. So many things. Weight loss wise, I really don't believe that moving your body has a very big impact, but it does have a huge impact in insulin resistance and sensitivity. So we will definitely be focusing on that, and obviously so many other benefits. Oh my word. Okay. Reframe the past. So another deep breath. And I want you to think back all the diets that you've done in your life. Can you list them all out? What all are they? Weight Watchers, keto, ideal protein, the cabbage soup diet. Anybody? The lemonade cleanse. What else do we have? I know some people doing the carnivore diet right now. What else is there? The zone. All kinds. Calorie restriction. So list out all of those past diets that you've done. And you've probably had success on a lot of them for a time. And then you either stopped seeing results or the restriction was too much. And so you went in the complete opposite direction and gained it all back. Who's done that? Several times. And then thinking back on those, thinking back on the different diets, think about what worked. What about those diets helped you? And you might even still do it. Trying to think of like Weight Watchers. When I did Weight Watchers, one of the things was to read labels and to look at the what was it? The calories, the sugar and the fiber, I think, or calories, carbs, and fiber. And like, if it was higher in fiber, that eliminated some of the carbs. And that is something that I still sometimes do that. I'll look and see how much fiber is in it, and it is in this. Does it make it a little bit less carby? Oh my word. And then what didn't work? I'm gonna. And really, what led to you discontinuing doing that diet? Asking for my roomie to bring me something to drink. And then when you think about all of those past diets, if you're like me, there were many and often, what do you think about mainly? How do you feel when you think about those attempts? And for me, a lot of it was, I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to stick with anything long enough for it to work. I just need to be okay with being overweight. I'm just big boned. My mama told me I'm just big boned. It's okay. And what did you make it mean about yourself? And it could be, I'm a failure. I can't figure this out. There's something wrong with me. That was a big one. I'm broken. I can't figure it out. And that goes along. What are your beliefs about your ability to lose and keep the weight off? And that was kind of mine. I got to the point where I just was like, it's just not going to happen. The past only determines your future if you let it. Thank you so much. I can't stop coughing. Isn't she cute?
I pulled the chicken out.
Thank
Can I eat?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay. You only fail if you quit. You're either succeeding or you're learning. So what have you learned from your diet experiences? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about diets in general? And I am reading this book, The Obesity Code by Jason Fung. And he cites a bunch of studies and he talks about the food pyramid and how most of what we've been told about weight loss has been debunked in scientific studies, but because it doesn't fit the narrative that has been presented to us, it just keeps being perpetuated. Like the calories in, calories out. We have to eat less calories than the energy that we expend. And he's a metabolic researcher, so he's very, very smart. And what they have determined is that when you cut down your calorie consumption, your body compensates by cutting down your calorie output. So your body slows down to conserve calories if you start taking in fewer calories. And it's obviously, I'm not a scientist. I am not that smart, but I was like, that makes so much sense. So basically, the whole restrict your calories is just debunked in that one thing. And then thinking back on those diets, how can you show yourself compassion when you're thinking about the past? Compassion for yourself. How can you be kind to that past version of yourself that was trying so hard to change body composition, to lose weight, to wear a smaller size, all of the beat downs that poor girl got? How can you show yourself compassion when you're thinking about that past version of you? The only thing you can change about the past is the way that you think about it. You literally cannot go back and change anything. It's happened. It's been done. It's been said. It can't be erased. The only thing that you can change about it is the way you think about it. So you can hold on to those past failures. You can continue to beat yourself up about things, or you can decide to learn from it, have compassion on yourself, have compassion on other people, and let it go. And I love my roomie. She has said a couple times the last couple days, and I knew I was going to use this at some point, and I'm already using it. And she said that, what was it today? She was walking at school and noticed how white her legs were. And she told herself, choose not to care, choose not to care. And I loved that. She said it about something else recently too, and I thought that was so great. Choose a different way to think about it. Okay, we're going to move on from the past because we have learned a lot. We've had a lot of successes, and we've also learned a lot about what we want to do and about what we don't want to do. And thank you, past self, for working so hard, for caring so much. Thank you for taking care of me. And now we're going to move on. Reimagine the future. What if it's possible to get to your ideal weight and stay there? Doesn't that just like, just saying it goes, that just like opening up the possibility is so exciting. So I want you to imagine that you're at your goal weight and you're guaranteed to stay there. You've cracked the code. You are at your goal weight. Your closet is full of your favorite clothes. And like, it's not something you ever have to think about again. What's your favorite outfit? What would be your go-to? Excuse me. I'm watching Nashville on Hulu. And so mine would be a cute dress and cowgirl boots. And then what's your favorite thing to do? And it could be something that you already do. It could be something that you want to do, but you feel like your weight is holding you back. What's something that you love to do? You're at your ideal weight. You look so good all the time. What is it that you want to do? And then how do you feel about yourself and your life? Like what words would you use to describe how you feel? Confident, capable, sexy, cute, svelte. We love that word. And then if someone were to ask you, how would you describe yourself? And not necessarily only physical attributes, but in general. And then how would things be different if you allowed yourself to believe in the possibility of that future? How would you show up differently? And then are you ready to change your story about the past so that you can reimagine and redesign the future? And I imagine if we are on like a playground and the monkey bar rings, the swing. And I just imagine when you go and you grab that first one and you swing and you grab the second one, and then you're like swinging back and forth. You can't go forward unless you let go of that backhand. So if you're holding on to the past, you can't swing into the future. So we have to let go of that past. And we want our future to inform our present, not our past. Imagining what I want my future to look like. That's how I want to live my life today, to create it, instead of living my present from my past. Now, I don't know about you, but that's how I want to live. Okay, so we talked about why you're here. We talked a little bit about the reset. We reframed the past, reimagined the future, and now decide to trust the process. And again, this is that same page. The reset is not a diet program. I see it as a way of life program. It's changing, it's resetting, it's a reset, resetting our mindset, resetting how we look at food, how we interact with food, reset the impact that food has on our life. Imagine not spending so much time focused on what am I going to eat, all of that, and spending more time enjoying life. Let's put food in its place. Increase our enjoyment, our joy, our experience, our pleasure in life, and put less focus on food. I think that is just like the main goal for me. So in the program, we're going to start where you're at and we're going to level up. You're going to commit to what you'll do consistently, all while being compassionate and loving with yourself. I love my scripture of the year is it's 1 Corinthians 16, 12 and 13, I think. And the last part of it is let love be the motivation for everything you do. And that's how I want to encourage us to go into this process, motivated by love. And then again, the main principles: get enough sleep, get enough water, plan ahead, eat for physical hunger, and move your body. And we're going to dive into each of those areas and why they're important. And that is the process that we are going to embrace. And then take small, consistent action daily. And that's basically get enough sleep, get enough water, plan ahead, eat for hunger, move your body. And the eat for hunger, and plan food, eat for hunger, that's where our protocols are going to come in. That's where a lot of coaching is going to come in. And that's where the rubber meets the road in our daily consistent action. And then when you mess up in taking your daily consistent action, you're going to go back to reframe the past, and you're going to remind yourself you're doing the best you can. It's okay. One misstep doesn't ruin the whole day. You're going to reframe the past. You're going to reimagine the future. You're going to decide to trust the process, and you're going to keep taking small, consistent daily action. It's a cycle. The reset is 6 weeks. It is, and I'm thinking it might end up being 8 weeks, because as I'm going into the content, I'm thinking, how am I going to fit all of this in? So we'll see. It might extend a little bit. It might not, depending. It's going to be a weekly recorded teaching. I want to keep those like 20 minutes-ish. And then a weekly live call for support, for Q&A, for coaching. And that call, There will be one call on Thursday evenings at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And then depending on how many people join and where they're at in the country, I am willing to have more times open up for calls for support and coaching and Q&A. There will be, I'm working in Google Classroom this time. This is a trial to house all of the information, to kind of separate it from Facebook a little bit. And that may or may not work. We'll see. And then I'm available to support all along the way. If it's technology issues, trying to figure out Zoom or the Google Classroom, whatever, I'm here for it. And within the Google Classroom, there is messaging. So if you have questions, you can absolutely put them in there. I'm also thinking, depending on how it goes, I'll probably do some kind of Marco Polo group as well, so that to be available for questions and all that good stuff. The cost is $300 for the 6-week program. And then the bonuses are, if you register by midnight, Friday night this week, you get obviously the spring reset. And then you also get 2 private Zoom calls with me to troubleshoot your specific situation. And we can work through whatever it is that you are dealing with individually. And you also get 1 free month of the Commit to You group coaching community at the end, which we have weekly calls, ongoing support. And that is a great resource. And the other bonus is if you get a friend to sign up with you, you both get $50 off of the registration. If you have 5 friends that you invite, you each get $50 off, and it's not stackable. So you get $50 off whether you bring 1 friend or 5 friends, but if you bring 5 friends, that would be so great. Any questions from anybody that's here right now? And if you're watching the replay, or if you're here, if you have questions that you don't ask now, you can always respond to one of the plethora of emails that you've gotten from me. And you can ask whatever questions that you have then. I do want to say if you are bringing a friend with you, there is a form to fill out. And then once you fill out the form, I'll send you the link to pay the discounted price. Also, there is, if you go to shannapeiser.com, the spring reset is on the homepage, and it has all of the information as well as the bring a friend questionnaire on the page, so you can fill it out right there. And if you want to join, you can click any of these buttons and you can sign up like that, when it comes up. Any questions? If we don't have any questions, then I will let y'all go about your day. Thank you so much for being here. And if you know of anybody that you think might be interested, please, please, please share. I'll be sending out the replay and I'm probably I'll upload this video to the Facebook, or I'll link this video to the Facebook group as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening.